You know, if I found someone on my balcony, sprawled across it, I don't believe one of the first courses of action that I would take would be to feed them a floor sandwich. There might be a few steps in between, such as questioning what the fuck was going on. But then again, I don't live in a world of supernatural abilities and magic, as much as we all may wish it. And I'm gonna be honest once again, I wasn't quite expecting such immediate peril. What form of salvation is our little god believer going to receive? The only way to find out? Just keep on watching. Of course, let's not forget the fact that he was chased and fleeing for his life when we first got to know him. And we needed to be reminded of that scene, didn't we? There's no way around it, we needed that. I can understand why he would be labelled as a level 0 with no power, because his ability is just to negate stuff. But in a world like this, then how many people do just rely on their supernatural capabilities? So once that's stripped away, I wonder if my headphones are broken actually, because I can only hear, like, I can't hear any bass notes or anything. And how is Index, what was, okay, going to tie in with this academy city and everything going on? Yeah, someone bleeding out. Get yourself together, come on. It's just a flesh wound. Coming back to view your handiwork. Always comes to... Told ya. About the missing headpiece. What was it, just a warning? Yeah, it featured a bit of a problem earlier on, so... But also, just a slash like that might not be enough to kill anyone. It could just be a surface wound. Thank you for clarifying what it was that you were talking about. Okay. Ah, we needed more evidence that you were an ass. Saying that thing, it. Treating Index as though she's just an object to be obtained and used. Is it going to do the same thing like it did with Ancient Magus Bride, where the sorcerers, or in this case, magicians or whoever he announced himself as, turn out not to be that bad? Good attempt. So, another thing we can tell quite easily about his character right now is he gets riled up and takes the bait from insults and mean words quite easily. Now, I can't let you go now. And he needed a source for that fire immediately from the cigarette rather than being able to manifest it from nothing. Does it extend to magic? I guess it's gonna have to work. The property value of these apartments are gonna go... they're gonna plummet, aren't they? Who do you think you're talking about? I'd put a lot of faith into my ultimate defense of just cancelling out anything. The problem is, if anyone owns a gun, it kind of renders the whole thing pointless. Please don't hold out your hand in such an obvious fashion. Don't let him finish the chant. Yeah. This is why you don't let him finish the chant. Are those Roomba things not reacting to the fact that there's this sorcerer doing his fire business out here? A flaming cross. It's quite kind of difficult to see what's going on, but at the same time, it's quite cool. So now it's just a battle of attrition. Only 24. Runes. So the source of his magic is runes. My knowledge on old Celtic, Germanic, and other type old stuff is not very good. Yeah, I was wondering how long he was gonna let her talk for. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. He would have to let go of that flaming cross to stop the attack from behind, or run away. That would work as well. Yeah, there's quite a few around, isn't there? Hmm. If that thing chases him with fire like that, would it just passing through destroy the runes? Kind of a self-defeating enemy. It did just look like ordinary paper and sellotape. How do you accidentally fall off the building like that? Kind of imposing, I guess. It can only stay in the confines of where the runes are placed. That's kind of good. You've got a little bit of breathing room, but at the same point, you have left Index up there with the magician. You smashed it earlier, remember? How easily does he go through phones? It's not entirely your fault here. It kind of goes above your pay grade, but what is he going to do that is going to overcome this wizened mage? Sprinklers, well, they're kind of effective against fire, but does he not have a hood? You're not supposed to use the elevators when in cases of fire. Just so you know. And if all he had to do was touch her head to obtain the grimoires, why do they always stop when they're a few inches from victory? Buck up. It was just paper. Although the ones on the ceiling might not get a full coverage of water. True, but that what defines ruined? He's very sure of himself in this moment. Also, depending on what pen was used, I've not seen ink that just runs off of paper like that when it's soaked. I've seen it blotch and, you know, do everything that you expect ink to do. Don't let him finish the chant. Pull her up from the... If you can't go down, you pull her up. Where's your magic when in contact with my +4 fist of fuck you? Finally, we see some actually just... the services at work doing what the city pay them to do. What, watching fire? Why are you here? Ah, okay. Why is she there? More or less. He has destroyed the mana sensing from the hood now that he's touched it. I see. How's her back? You're in much of a worse state right now, yeah. If your back's on the wall, up to the wall, whatever the phrase is, super glue would work. I mean, it was made to heal battlefield wounds. Ollie, so he can't do it, no. So magic is the equalizer. Those who don't have special skills can use magic. Okay. You've just got to find someone that hasn't. Although this is the city of the students that have entered. Who? Have we been introduced to anyone that hasn't got anything? I'm just going to drop you off with my random uncle. Newspaper salesman. There are worse people than newspaper salesmen. I was right about the rabbit onesie. Yeah, his life got that bad. He's now a door-to-door salesman. You probably shouldn't just force yourself into someone's house. Yeah, it's more than just smoking, but at the minute we're ignoring that because there's something of greater importance. Wow, she can act like a nightlight. John's pens mode. Everyone should use Greenwich Mean Time. It is, of course, the best of all time zones. I'll leave this to you. The teacher was just enjoying her night after work. Now she's having to take care of an almost corpse. Get away. So the longer you stay, the longer of a nuisance you are. Although any situation which just means that I have to leave to make things better, I'm pretty okay with. Apply pressure. Try to stem the blood loss. Were you the one to... I can't think of a word. Was she the one that cut her up in the first place? I'm guessing that was a big sword. There is a lot going on in this world, and I'm glad that for the most part our reality, we mostly can live isolated lives that don't get thrust into the middle of a magical war revolving around someone that can memorize 100,000 odd grimoires full of magic. If our world had magic where we can, like, create fire ourselves and electricity and everything else, there would be a lot more accidents. People can't be trusted to use the microwave themselves without a fucking log of do not put such and such in the microwave. Our world still functions with magic and superpowers. I would just watch Jumanji. And of course, even if someone is coming to you in the dead of night with someone heavily injured, the first thing you think about is, oh, fuck, I haven't cleaned up. But honestly, if there were that many cans lying about and cigarette butts, maybe you should be slightly ashamed. And of course, the best way to defeat any magic user is to get in close quarter combat and whack 'em. Tried and tested. And what a shame. That magician guy could have easily won if only he had laminated his runes beforehand. A little preparation goes a long way. And I am yet to understand why they were so afraid of the robot Roomba machines, because so far, pretty ineffective. But if you enjoyed the episode, let me know down below by leaving a comment, maybe even a like on the video. And if you want to be my knight in shining armour carrying me away when I'm gravely wounded, subscribe to the channel. If this is how we're being introduced and being edged into it slowly, I can see that things in the future can get out of hand pretty quick. I'm waiting for that. If you are too, get some rest now. You can see me in the next one. If you want to be the hopefully better protected runes and sigils to the magic that is my channel, then consider joining on to Patreon, because Sal, Raywin, Electric Ant, Denman1997, Shiwan, Jennifer Rojas, Mecha, Stinsfire, Big Boy, Dark Shadow, 7899, Yuki Ali, and everyone else have been the magic words to my plans for world domination. I mean, shitty YouTube videos.